Hey Dad, hey Greg, hey y'all. Welcome back to Wrench at Wheeling. Well, it's another hot and humid day here in Georgia. It's about 90 degrees and somebody cranked it up to humid and then went a little further past to rainforest out here. So it doesn't take much to start sweating out here today. I hadn't done a whole lot, but just a little bit I have done, it's getting me. So today I want to try and get this little patch put back in here on the cowl. Have to weld it back in, get it ground down, and I left this a little long because the factory used the inside part here to bend over to kind of protect that seam there from being just straight on. I guess if the seam sealer cracked, it wasn't trying to push water directly back in there. It had that little flange there to protect it, and then they seam sealed the side of it. So try and get all this welded in, ground down, get that bent over, get that finished up, and then possibly get over there and start drilling out some spot welds on that rocker panel over there. Get into the excitement that I went through on this side over there. Hopefully I can take enough measurements and make it to where I'm a little more confident earlier on and when I go to weld it back in. So we'll get that done and see where we can get with that. I appreciate everybody watching. It looks like this last week had one video go past 1,000 views, and that was the video where I pulled the dash out, and I appreciate everybody that's watched that. And it was kind of weird to me that at first, the first video was really climbing, and then that video just came and passed by, and it hit 1,000 first. And I think that's like the fifth video that I put out. So I do appreciate everybody watching that one, but it looks like about 65% of the people that are watching my videos aren't subscribed. So if that's you, go ahead down there and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, give us a little love here, and we'll see if we can get everybody subscribed. That'd help out a lot. So I appreciate everybody that had comments this week. I've tried to answer them all. It was a crazy week. The last few weeks have just been really crazy, and I noticed that I was about 6 days behind on a couple of you, but I did get all of them answered. I appreciate you sending the comments. I did get them answered. I apologize for them being a little long, or taking too long to get them answered, but I do read them and I do appreciate them, and I hope that y'all feel as good about what I said as I did. So, and one of you asked about welding in some spots, and I hope that helped you out. If not, give me another comment and I'll try and give you a little more information or do a little better. So thanks everybody, appreciate you coming back, and I hope you come back to watch the next one. And if you haven't watched all the ones before, there's about 25 before that you can go watch right now. So thanks everybody, and we'll go ahead and get started and see how far we get. tacked in there, ground down. If you look right there, that's not the bottle that I normally use. Normally I use that bottle. And I can't use that bottle because last night I needed to make a little part for one of my grills, and I came out here and I made my little part. I forgot to turn off my gas bottle, and the connection between the little welder and the bottle blew apart and leaked all of my argon and CO2 bottle out. So I'm trying to use 100% argon to weld this up, and I don't like the way it looks. It's tacked in there. They'll be fine, but I just don't like the way they're turning out. So this week I'm gonna have to go and get some more 75-25 in that bottle and see if I can't get this stuff patched up and make the welds look better. They just don't look good to me, so I'm not gonna weld it with argon, straight argon. So that's what I have to look forward to this week. Finding time to go get more argon and CO2 mix. Oh well, it happens. But I'll probably go ahead and get started on the other side, cutting some of those spot welds out and maybe making a brace for under the floor pan before I get started cutting spot welds out. I guess it's all progress, it just wasn't what I planned on. All right, so went ahead and took a bunch of measurements. As you can see, I was writing stuff everywhere, taking measurements from all over, drawing pictures, just making sure that where I get this thing, it goes right back, right where it was. I'll tell you one thing, trying to get that other one in place, I felt like I got it in place, but I was nervous as a two-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs trying to weld that thing back in. I just couldn't get my mind to tell me that everything was good. But I went ahead and made a mark right there to make sure that this right here was in the right spot. So I feel like I can take it out now and get it right back in place, and I won't be as nervous as I was on the first one. But there you have it. I guess that's one way to take measurements. And I was even taking them off of my body cart. But there we go. Let's dive in. guys, that's pretty much going to do it for this video. I did get this almost broken loose. I've got a couple of spot welds left in there that I've got to get to drill out. I'll probably have to use a drill bit on those. This cowl is kind of in the way and I can't get the spot weld cutter in there, so I'll either do that or take the Dremel to it and try and get those taken out. But I did get a good start, or I feel like I got a good start on this. I drilled about 4 or 5 holes over here and I haven't hit a spot weld yet over here, so I don't know where they are. I was you know, hitting the dimples and you know, places where it felt like it was a spot weld, but I didn't hit anything. I think there was 1, maybe 2 that I actually got the spot weld on, so I may end up having to come in here and cut this right along the bottom of the pillar here and across and just start trying to grind it out and take it out and figure it out the best way I can. But one thing for sure, I guess I'll have better spot welds in it whenever I go back to put it back in. But you know, I hate it that I ran out of gas, because I don't like buying stuff that I should have had anyway, but that's just the way it's going to go. I'll go and try and get some gas this weekend. I've got that one bottle the big bottle, and then I've got one of those little small bottles that was on the welder. I don't know if they'll fill the small one or not. It may have to go through inspection or whatever, so we'll see how all that goes, and I hope to be able to get some 75-25 back on my welders and get to finishing up some of my welding over there, and then trying to burn that thing in with full argon. That didn't go too well either. I bubble gummed it on there, so I don't think it's going to go anywhere, but I may go ahead and when I get some 75-25, fire up the bigger welder and grind the boogers off of it and go ahead and weld it in there real hot with a big welder. But I do appreciate everybody watching. Appreciate you coming back. If this is your first time, got a bunch more before this. You can watch the full driver's side rocker coming out and going back in, and some other things, you know, that I've done. But I hope you come back and watch the next one. I hope this one isn't too disappointing. But like I said, working a full-time job and trying to spend time with the family and get out here and do some work. It's trying to fit some stuff in. So family's most important, and that's just the way it is. So guys, y'all have a good week. Hope you come back next week. God bless. Thanks. When you